testing this thing out here. Hopefully the audio quality is better. Just got this new Chinese-made case, and it's like the back is all open and the side is all open, so I can plug in a microphone. I got a microphone coming, but it's probably not gonna be here until like, I don't know, maybe Friday or sometime next week. Hopefully soon. What are you doing, dude? So, and we'll test the quality on that. Maybe that'll sound better, hopefully. Also, I'd like to hear how the truck sounds. It's like half throttle, by the way. It's pretty sunset. Hopefully this head mount thing works out good. You can see it there, little blue case. It's kind of neat. Hopefully this thing works out, because then it'll be, I'll be able to like slap it on my helmet. Well, I guess head mount I won't, but I have a helmet mount too. I'll be able to slap it on my helmet. So making passes at the drag strip, auto crossing. Then I get this head mount, so if I'm out screwing around on the street or making a vlog or something, hopefully this will work pretty good. Freaking cold today. It's 28 now. It's starting to drop again. This morning I got up, it was 14 degrees. 14 degrees and windy, man. That sucks. And I know it's March, and it's in Central Illinois. Everybody's like, yeah, it freaking still snows in March. I know it's March. It's Central Illinois, but it's still cold. Like the weather kind of teased us, and we had some nice 70-degree days. And yeah, I was ready for spring, and then this crap happened. So. But yeah, the truck was not happy this morning. This is my 05 Chevy Silverado. It's 4x4. It's got a ton of miles, as you can see, 224,000. It's got it's a stock 5.3. I put a factory 6-liter 6.0 cam in it, just because I had the heads off and was doing some work there. Just fixing maintenance shit, and I traded like a box of ammo, or like $20 worth of ammo for this cam from a friend of mine. So I figured out what the hell I'll slap it in. I found a article, I think it was on, I don't know if it was GM High Tech or Chevy High Performance, or I don't know, one of those. It was one of those magazines, but I found it online where they did a test. It was like called like the Great LS Cam Shootout or something, where they tested a bunch of different cams on like a stock 5.3, and while the factory 6.0 cam made the least power out of all of them, it also didn't sacrifice really hardly any torque compared to like the Z06 cam. I think it made some ridiculously more horsepower number. It was like 50 more horse or something, but it chewed up a ton of torque. And you know, it's a freaking 4-door 1500, four-wheel drive with a stock 5.3. It kind of needs the torque when I'm towing a trailer, because I do trail an open trailer with my race Jeep, my Jeep on the back of it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's got a stock 5.3 with the 6.0 cam. I have a cutout on it. So the exhaust is basically, there's a cutout right in front of the muffler, the factory muffler, that great big massive muffler is still there. But I went ahead and oh, there's a banana peel. That's like some Mario Kart shit right there. Good thing I didn't hit that. I'd just spin it off in the ditch. Who throws a banana peel at the side of the road, really? Or in the middle of the road, I guess. Here we go. Not going anywhere. But it's a big truck, so that was fun, kind of, not really. I don't know, it does okay for a big truck. I allegedly in Mexico may or may not have, I don't want to say roll race, because roll racing is gay. We were just kind of driving along next to each other, and I punched it from like a 40, and well, he's got I don't know what year it is, maybe I think it's a GMC, it might be a couple years older, but it's got a 6-liter in it, the 6.0, and one of my buddies that owns a shop here in town, Beaumont Performance, I think he put some headers on it, and did a cam. I'm trying to think of the name of the company. It's that damn truck cam that everybody likes. They do like the different stages or whatever. And I can't think of the name of the company, but it's like a stage 3 whatever cam. It sounds pretty healthy. But he's got some big, I don't know, like mud tires, and I might be lifted like 2 inches or something, or I don't know. But anyway, it's got like these big tires on it, some 35s or something, and he still beat me by the time we got to like 80 and I let off, but it wasn't an ass kicking. Like, he was out maybe like a car and a half, maybe. Probably not even that. It was probably more like a half car to a car. So I was pretty happy. I mean, especially because, you know, this is just it's just a stock ass 5.3, and it doesn't even have a tune yet, which kind of sucks because, you know, it's got this electronic throttle, and when I first got this thing, man, I was not used to it. Like, it was weird. Whenever you'd be going along at like like maybe 5 miles an hour, like if you're just kind of creeping up to a stop sign or something, and you get your foot on the pedal, and if the road's kind of bumpy like it is in a lot of these small towns where I live and places I go, and your foot would almost kind of jump into the throttle like that, and it's weird because there's like a delay where the electronic throttle kind of delays. It delays basically giving you any power and opening. I guess when they open, like when the electronic throttle bar in these things opens, it kind of opens about at that speed, so it's really slow and smooth. And one of the things you can do with the tune is improve that throttle response to where instead of just doing that really slow bullshit, you can crack it open like you would if you had a cable. This is that drive-by-wire stuff. I'm not really a big fan of it, but it is what it is, and I think I don't know if all the Gen 4 LS engines were drive-by-wire, but they probably were. Don't quote me on that though. So anyway, coming up to a stop sign or something, I wasn't used to it. My foot would kind of bounce in and out of it a little bit, and it just annoyed me. I could not stand it. So maybe at some point I might have it on the dyno and get a tune. Another buddy of mine here, Scram Speed, Steve over there, has a dyno, and I've heard a good tune on these things. Really wakes these trucks up. Now, granted, I'm not trying to go fast or anything. I mean, it's a big ass heavy truck, but you know, I daily drive it, and sometimes, you know, merging on the interstate, or you get some asshole that's messing with you on the road, and you just want to get around them. You know, sometimes I feel like this thing has to work a little bit too hard to get moving like I want it to. So it would be nice to have that extra power. I'd like to maybe do some headers. Also, one of the things some guys will do is I think they call it the new body style intake manifold. So it's like the later years, like 07 on up, I think. They have a different intake that is supposed to be like maybe like a 20 horsepower gain or something. I'd kind of like to swap that too. Just, you know, figure between that it would kind of wake it up. But the big thing is, you know, okay, it's a 1500. It's got a 5.3, so it's got the absolutely wonderful 4L60E, and yeah, they're not very strong. Or I don't know, maybe it's a 4L65. I don't know for sure. It's some 4L60, 4L shitty is what I call them. 4L shitties, because they're garbage. You try to put any power to them, they're not gonna make. I mean, I guess you don't lose a lot of power with them, but they're notoriously weak. And third and fourth always like to go out. And there's guys that swear they can build them. You know, oh, I built you this stage 47 4L60. It's good to 1,000 horsepower. Yeah, okay, maybe once or twice, and then it shits the bed. So that kind of makes me not want to put any real power to it. And also, I know if this thing had more power, then I'd be more likely to drive around hot rodding the shit out of it all the time. Yeah, that's not cool either. So I thought about doing a 4L80 swap, which is, look at the Risa, which is basically the transmission that's behind like the 6.0. It's kind of like a turbo 400 with an overdrive, from what I understand. They're much less prone to braking and failure than the 4L shitty. So, but I also don't know what all it would take to swap that, because there's a ton of write-ups for 4L80 swaps and two-wheel drive trucks and vehicles and stuff, but there's not that many that are really step-by-step. This is what you need. Another cop. I wonder what's going on. Those are states too. I don't have my radar detector on. Oh well. Anyway, like I was saying, there aren't that many great write-ups for a four-wheel drive 80 swap, because I know you're talking, you know, transfer case, and you had two drive shafts to worry about, because I know it's a different length, and then there's like the wiring for it, and you know, I had to go out to get a different PCM. I don't know if I had to get like what does everybody uses, the GM411 PCM, which it's all doable. It's just a matter of, do you really want to spend the time and, you know, do that on just the daily driver truck, or should I just enjoy the truck how it is and work on some of the other cars I have that are quick, you know, or potentially quick, I guess. I don't know. So it's only time and money, right? Silverado. Got that gosh dang Chevy Silverado. I'll tell you what. Green light. Green light. Green light. There we go. Well, this is fun. Wonderful, boring Illinois roads where everything's straight. Means I have to try and entertain you guys with my oh gosh, with my commentary. Yeah. Sorry. You ever see somebody picking their nose at a stoplight? I saw that the other day. I was pulled up at a stoplight, I was going away to work, and some chick was sitting there like knuckle deep all up in her skull. And just, I don't even know, she must have pulled out a big old glorious one, because she was in there. She was getting it done, man. She was digging for gold. But thank God the light turned green, and I had to keep going, because I did not really care to see what she pulled out. And you know, sitting there in traffic in a stoplight in the morning, you kind of have to look at something like that. I wish I had the GoPro on that. That'd have been entertaining. And bust her out. I put her on one of the local Facebook pages. It is to do that, like a lot of these towns, they'll have like local Facebooks, like spotted in whatever town you lived in. They have one for here too. And you better be freaking careful, because oh man, if you don't park within the lines, oh, you're getting on blast. Somebody's probably could have made that freaking slowpoke. Somebody's gonna post a picture of your ride on there, and just everybody's gonna bash you because they're a bunch of freaking rejects. Oh, agent, walk fast. Do math. Nah, that's not cool. I find stereotypes funny. I am in no way racist, but I find stereotype humor funny. Being obnoxious. Roll bar on that thing. That looks like it needs a roll bar. I bet he does all kinds of off-roading in that thing. And I bet that roll bar would actually do something if he rolled over. Not. Alright. Just got done having dinner with my boys. We do every Wednesday night. Fucking barbecue, hang out, talk about cars and bullshit. And I had to stop off at the old local Wally World Got some beer and some corned beef and shit like that, since St. Patty's Day is like Friday. So, fucking Guinness. Good shit. You test this thing out here at night. Test out the camera. Still testing the sound. This is only the second time I've used this thing. And in this case too. Especially with this head mount. See how this works out. It was weird. I was having a problem with this thing. I used it one morning. I was trying to, like right after I got it, to see if I was using like a dash cam on my way to work, and it only got like, I don't know, 15 minutes in my drive to work, and just like shut off. So I don't know what's going on with that. It said, I think it said something like memory full, but I've got a big ass memory card in it, and it should have been fine. It didn't hardly use anything, so I don't know memory wise. So I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if the camera's just funky or has a time limit set up, like a default, it shuts off after a certain amount of time. I don't know. I had to go into settings, see if I can play with that or something, see if that's a setting or some shit. I'm wondering how well this is gonna work, and seeing how the glare is off of all the other vehicles. I guess my windshield's all kind of froggy a little bit, so I'll turn the defrog